Secretary in the person of the Honourable Samuel Abu Jinapor. Please, a resounding round of applause.
Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Secretariat, the Honorable Chief of Staff at the Office of the President of Ghana, my brother and counterpart, the South African Minister for Trade, Honorable Ministers, heads and representatives of regional economic communities, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Council of State of Ghana, chairmen and chief executive officers of multinational companies, executive director of the Africa Prosperity Network, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, I welcome you heartily to the Peduasi Lodge, the home of our presidential retreats, and to this presidential and business executives dialogue. This comes immediately after a two-day high-level dialogue at the serene environment of Safari Valley, participated by ministers of state, members of parliament, representatives of regional economic communities, business executives and associates, technocrats, young entrepreneurs, civil society organizations, and the media, which outcome has demonstrably been impactful, far-reaching, and consequential. Ladies and gentlemen, given that Africa is mobilizing to be the continent of the century, to unleash prosperity to its people, to provide jobs for its teeming masses and long-suffering people, and to bring the much-needed development through this landmark Africa Continental Free Trade Area, this maiden edition of the Africa Prosperity Dialogues is apt, appropriate, and necessary. The hosting of the AFTA Secretariat in our beautiful capital city of Accra is testament of Ghana's commitment to making AFTA work. Indeed, our commitment to Africa's economic integration dates back to the mid-19th century, when we became the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence, and the commitment of President Akufo-Addo to this cause is what has brought us here today. This morning's summit, under the auspices of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, seeks to adopt a compact with actionable roadmap and metrics for measuring progress in the implementation of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. This single market is necessary to unleash prosperity for our people. However, over the years, the discussions about this all-important initiative have largely been dominated by policymakers and representatives of government. Through these dialogues and summits, we seek to bridge this gap by bringing forth the voices of the private sector for the full implementation of AFTA. Ghana, historically and particularly in the past 6 years, under the outstanding leadership of the President of my country, President Akufo-Addo, has been tireless in her efforts at working together with our sister African countries to construct a continental market of 1.2 billion Africans. If fully realized, as it will, that will become a historic catalyst for unleashing the long overdue prosperity to the masses of our continent. Given that Accra holds the Secretariat of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Ghana's Ministry of Trade and Industry will continue to play a pivotal role in our collective desire and effort at creating an enduring continental trade market which is fit for purpose. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of the private sector to the success of AFTA cannot be overemphasized. Over the years, however, the interface between governments and the private sector in Africa on matters of trade has left much to be desired. It is time for us to work together to jettison this impediment and promote public-private engagement for the benefit of our peoples. It is my hope that today's summit will set the tone for us on such an engagement to ensure the full realization of the vision of Africa. Africans are one people with a common history, heritage, and values. Even before the 8th century, Africans traded amongst ourselves without borders across the Trans-Sahara corridors. We have done it before, and we can do it again. Once again, Excellencies, Secretary General, honorable ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa, I welcome you to today's Presidential and Business Executives Dialogue. We look forward to a fruitful, engaging, and productive summit, the outcome of which hopefully will assist the 54 African heads of states in their efforts at transition from ambition to action, thereby realizing the Africa we want within the context of the Africa Union's Agenda 2063. Africa, with her citizens who have, over the years, demonstrated their can-do spirit, are capable of pooling their resources together under a single continental market to bring about the much-needed prosperity for her people. I thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to humbly ask that you be upstanding as I bring to the stage a man who is really passionate about youth, about Africa's women, about SMEs, about how private sector can contribute to the growth of the continent, and indeed a Pan-Africanist. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the stage with a resounding round of applause for his presidential reflections, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Please, a resounding round of applause.
On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I congratulate the African Prosperity Network, the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, the United Nations Development Program, the team at the Office of the President, and all other partners and sponsors for what I can safely describe as the success of this historic dialogue. We in Africa have demonstrated great ambition in setting up the world's largest free trade area since the establishment of the World Trade Organization in 1994. We must now, with great zeal and fortitude, back this great ambition with our collective action to harness fully the benefits of a liberalized single market for goods and services. This must be our solemn and moral obligation to our continent, to our children, and to future generations. May God bless us all and Mother Africa. I thank you for your attention.